When did you find out exactly, like when you knew 100% he wasn't going to make 185? Like where were you in your weight cut and your preparation where you had to realize like, okay, this is, he's not going to make weight. It's official pretty much. I don't have to cut anymore. Like how far along were you in your weight cut and preparation when you found that out?
It was on the Wednesday, I think.
Wow.
On the Wednesday morning, they're like, man, like, you know, this guy is super heavy. But, you know, I'm glad I didn't listen to a lot of people because in a sense, which I can't blame them, but they were like, you know, he might not even been trained. He might not have trained. He's not ready. He wants out of this fight. And, you know, that can kind of give you like a false confidence. Like,
absolutely.
False kind of sense of like power. Like, oh, I'm going to run through this guy, you know, like. And I'm glad, like I kept saying, like I'm still gonna expect the best Paulo Costa that we've ever seen, which I think it actually was that way.
He was, yeah.
And so yeah, by Wednesday, then they tried to say 195. The guy was crazy. Like the guy, like even like when I was talking to him, he's like, even on the conference or stuff, or even he was making these bullshit videos. He was like, he's making like talking about me. He was like. He's making problems about the weight. I'm like, bro, you must fucking be stupid, bro. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, I'm willing to fight you at any weight, but I'm just trying to get like 195, so at least you kind of like suffer a little bit to make some weight.
Yeah.
Because we all go through that. And I could have made weight at 185, and then he's like, no, 195 I can't make 195. But now they're making now they're making excuses about the money because of course it was gonna lose some money of his purse because he couldn't make weight. And I'm like, man, like these have been the rules forever. These are like you signed those contracts. Like what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like you falling from the sky. Oh, like I thought I could have knocked out weight and fought in any way, and I can get away without giving away any kind of percentage of the purse. I'm like, you must be fucking mad. Like, but yeah, at the end of the day, I kept saying my manager and all the team, I'm like, man, like, let's just keep this fight together. I don't, you know, I hate when fight gets crashed. Like, that's the worst thing ever, man. And I prefer to go out on my shield if it comes down to that, you know. But you know, like I prefer to go out, fight my heart off, and go out on my shield more than like fighting. And trust me, I'm not a good loser. Like I don't like to lose,
of course,
none of that. But like I prefer that. Like when I'm ready, it's like I need to fight. I need to fight always, but when I'm ready, geez, like.
I think there's some excuses possible. Like I've always made weight. All my team has always made weight, and like it's part of the job. So it's like. Unless you had a short notice fight, you should know if you're not going to make weight. Like if you're 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out, or whatever, you're 250, whatever the case, like you should know you're not going to make weight and start making adjustments and do right. And then to miss weight by an entire division, like it's super unprofessional, right? Like it doesn't seem like an accident or no matter what bicep issue you had or running issue, it just there's no excuse for that.
No, it really shows. Even the excuses that he brought up, like. It did not make any sense. He could have said, "Oh, maybe He could have brought up a better excuse at least. Like fuck, like you can run, like you can run every day. Like the bicep is not it's like what? Like the bicep, it's not like you could have said, oh, because of the bicep, I couldn't have thrown my whatever arm that was at 100%, but that wasn't the case.
Yeah,
but
no,
you
he was
cannot
strong.
say because of a bicep I could not make weight. What are you talking about?
I agree with you, man. There's no excuse to that to miss by a division. That's insane.
And in general, there is not even any excuse. Not even a real injury.
I don't think so. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
But hats off to you for taking the fight. Like, there's not many people that would have taken an entirely new division. What did you weigh in? Like, when you actually weighed in on the scale, what was your actual weight for that fight? Like, how much did you put on?
I think I weighed in like with clothes on. 211 or something like that. So they kind of like, or 212. So they kind of like counted like 5 pounds off, which because I had a hoodie on and stuff. So yeah, probably I was like 206, just over 206, maybe 206.5. But yeah, I mean, that's my weight when I'm like, I go up to 206, 206.5, like 207 sometimes. But yeah, when on fight day. But that's when I make 185. Like, I mean, I was a 185er in there. He was a light heavyweight. Like that's as easy as that.
Yeah, I've tried to get him on the show before. I think when he was fighting Adesanya or something, and he agreed, and then he would just send me emojis, like weird emojis, and then like not answer anymore, and then like he would like my post on Instagram and seem cool, and maybe leave a comment or something, and then he was just it was just emojis every time I text him. And I'm just like, I just quit trying to get him on the show because how do you talk to emojis? You know, like you can only talk to emojis so much. You know, and I felt weird. I don't know how to emoji back. You know, like I'm like, okay, here's a podcast, Mike. Yes, no. You know,
he's a little bit of a weirdo, man. I don't know, like, I don't know. Even on the fight week, like, he had a very weird approach, like. Very weird approach. Kind of funny, kind of like a little bit like passive in a sense, like compared to like how normally he is, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever, man. Let's next, you know, whatever.